All right, we're on the road again. Today we're driving up to Cambridge, Ohio for a work weekend. I got about 9 guys coming, and we got to plant a bunch of food plots. We got 3 guys bringing tractors, some of our great volunteers helping. I got my buddy Carmen with me. Hey Carmen.
It's happening. Let's go do some work in Ohio.
And we're gonna get these properties ready for the retreats this fall. We got some really pretty farms in Cambridge. Great lodge to stay at, and I'll show you all of that in this video. You never know what you're gonna see in Cambridge, Ohio. 2 guys moving a hay bale blind on the back of a bush hog. Oh, and those are our guys too.
How you doing with your foot?
So we just had lunch because my crowd, you know, they won't work unless you feed them. So we had some sandwiches. Now we're getting ready to do the real work. All right, so we're still in Cambridge, Ohio. We're planting food plots. Our guys, our volunteers, Rod from Maryland brought his tractor, and Adam from Ohio brought his tractor, and they tilled this morning. Just the general way we do it is Jamie bush hogged and sprayed this about 2 weeks ago, so it was good and dead and brown and crunchy. And then we come in here and we till it. And now we're putting some fertilizer and some seed out right now. You can see Dan is doing that, Dan Cast. And then we cover it with my trusty chain link fence, which just covers the seed up just barely. They're actually calling for rain later this afternoon, or a lot of rain tomorrow. So we'll hopefully get some rain on this. We're planting a mix. I don't like to do just one kind of seed. We're doing a mix that's got some brassicas, some turnips, some rape, some oats, all in the mix. So this is pretty good soil, and usually does really good for food plots. So we're excited about what this fall may bring. This is absolutely one of the most beautiful farms that we get to hunt. If you can see right over my shoulder is the city of Cambridge, Ohio, and you can actually see the courthouse if you look real carefully, or at least I can. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. Just an absolutely beautiful farm up here, these rolling hills in Ohio. Really big deer, really beautiful hunting. If you ever get the chance to come up here on a retreat with us, I'll tell you, you're going to enjoy it. We stay at a fabulous lodge, and we got 4 really good farms to hunt. So if you ever get a chance, come join us. standing up here on this hillside. It's so beautiful up here. And it reminds me of Psalm 19. This big, beautiful sky. Psalm 19:1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the skies proclaim the work of his hands." And you look around up here, man, you want to tell me there is no God? Who created all of that? He did, for you and me to enjoy. All right, so me and Dan, there's Dan, we've been planting this food plot up here in Cambridge, and we got my old trusty chain link fence that's planted food plots in like 7 different states, and that's just what we drag it behind the mule. Look what we found in the chain link fence. This is not staged, okay? We just were rolling it up and we're like, oh my gosh, we got to stop and film it. Look at this. Oh, Dan, I think you broke the G2. Always a good sign when you're you know, dragging it and planting the food plot and dragging it and you find antlers. That's always a good sign. That's the kind of place where you want to hunt.
Oh, so this one's good. He just has to get that. I'm gonna try to start from the top.
This is Carmen Pavone. He's our director of hay bale blind setup and installation. And right now we're struggling a little bit because these hay bale blinds, I mean, there's some assembly required. Some. Yeah, like 2 hours worth of assembly required. But they're nice when you get them put together.
Absolutely. Yeah, you need a master's in engineering.
And honestly, we have found that the deer do not spook with these hay bale blinds. The deer really do feel comfortable. Plus, as you just saw in that last video, I mean, we're hunting hay fields, literally, and food plots that are right there on the edge of the hay fields. So a hay bale looks perfectly natural setting out there.
This is going to be the hammer.
All right, me and Dan, we've moved over to the Moore farm, getting ready to do some beautiful food plots right down here on this river bottom. Look how pretty those soybeans are. Well, it's been a hard day work. The crew is worn out. We got to feed them. They won't work unless you eat, and we can't start the second shift until we get them fed. Just kidding about that. We got a, what'd you call that on the tailgate there?
Charcuterie board, tailgate style.
This is the first time for Ironman. We've never had one of those kind of boards on one of our retreats.
It's not like
But we got some good old American pizza to go with whatever else is on that board. And who wants to bless it?
I will. Lord, thank you for this opportunity to come and literally plant seeds for your kingdom.
And we'll have the lush green food plot right there for them. And hopefully a guy will be sitting in this good looking hay bale blind. Oh, speaking of good looking, there's Daniel. Hold on. All right, so a lot of us would probably put the hay bale blind right over here next to the oil rig pump thing. But Jamie, who is a very successful Ohio deer hunter, says we need to put it right here. Jamie, why do we need to put it right here?
Well, if we put the hay bale blind right here, we create a pinch point that's only 20 yards away from this field edge. And that way, when somebody's bow hunting, they get a nice shot. Because for sure, they're going to filter out of the bedding area and hug this field line right on their way to the food plot over here. So much better chance of success for a bow hunter.
Right. And most of what we're setting up for is for
Bow hunter.
For bow, you know, crossbow, bow.
But we got great range for the gun hunters at this food plot as well.
That's right. Forgot about that. Nice.